MotoGP is about to go sprinting in Argentina as we gear up for round 2 of the 2025 season. The atmosphere is building with rain in the air. Let's cross over down to the grid with Susie Perry and Michael Laverty for all the latest news.
More of them. He's loving it right now, and the treat is having that GP25 Ducati, and he's being embraced by the VR46 team. The timing is right for Digi, as long as that shoulder and collarbone is strong enough for him.
Well, we're on the front row, and behind us is Alex Marquez, and we can get the latest from Gresini, and that is with Michele Mazzini from Gresini.
Well, Michele, we saw how strong Alex was in pre-season and again in Thailand. The test was, I suppose, when we go to a different track, but he's backing it up, isn't he?
Yeah, sure. We still continue our good start of the season, also the pre-season in a good way. So I think that we have all the ingredients to make also here some solid 2 races, but for sure, like always, will be crucial to make a good start, and we try to manage the first row.
What does Alex need to do to beat his brother this weekend?
Need to do constant, for sure, and we see where we are after the first laps.
Thanks, Michele.
Thank you very much.
Difficult question to answer that one, isn't it, really, when your brother is Marc Marquez, but it does seem like he has a very real chance of taking it to Marc this weekend. Those are live shots then of Alex Marquez. Fabio Quartararo for Yamaha leading the 3rd row, Michael. They've struggled, haven't they, with qualifying, so delighted to be heading that 3rd row.
Yeah, at one point I thought he was going to end up on the 2nd row of the grid, but he put it all together, even to get through to Q2 as a result sometimes for Yamaha, but they had both factory bikes in there, and then Fabio he put some clean laps together. He's looking good again this weekend, happy with the machine. It's working with the latest generation tyres, and fingers crossed he can make a good start. I think he's got some good rhythm here this weekend on the Yamaha.
So that's the scene here in Argentina. Let's take a breather. When we come back, we'll be going racing.
Yeah, race time is next upon us. Alongside me in the commentary box for this one, it is going to be a slightly different lineup. Megan Birch not with us for the sprint race. She'll be back with us in the Grand Prix tomorrow of Formula 1 as well. But for the sprint today, she's taking some time off after we've had a little bit of bad news, so she's just taking it off. So JT has jumped into the breach, and he's busy, as you can see, behind the scenes information, as he's our producer today at the IMSA WeatherTech Sebring 12-hour race. JT, welcome. Producer at the moment has never been more of an interesting name. How's it going?
I'm all right. Are you all right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Let's just say yeah on that front.
Could be better. All right, MotoGP sprint race ahead of us, and well, around 20 minutes is a MotoGP sprint race, isn't it? And well, 20 minutes around Argentina. Yes, it's a short time, but anything can happen with the circuit that it is.
So this is going to be a quite interesting race. It's 14 turns in total, 9 to the right and 5 to the left, as well 2.986 miles long. Already a brand new qualifying lap record that's been changed over. It's time though to begin for the Tissot sprint. Let's head back down to Susie Perry on the grid as we get ready for lights out.
Welcome back to Sprint Saturday here in Argentina. This is the scene on the grid. It is set in terms of the weather. It's oppressive, but it's not raining. The skies are grey. It doesn't look like the heavens are going to open, so it should be pretty steady with Marc Marquez in pole position. His brother alongside. Let's hand over to comms. Neil Hodgson and Gavin Emmett.
Thank you very much, Susie. Yes, we are excited for this one. 2nd track on the MotoGP calendar and a 2nd pole for Marc Marquez. But it looks like he could have some challenges today as we get ready for the sprint here in Argentina.
2 of the season, and we move away from the Chang International Circuit to a brand new event. We welcome you to Argentina. Here we go then. This is your starting lineup ahead of us. It is Marc Marquez on pole position from Alex Marquez and Johan Zarco on the front row. Pecco Bagnaia, Pedro Acosta, Fabio Di Giannantonio row 2. Fabio Quartararo, Franco Morbidelli and Marco Bezzecchi then takes us in. Further down, Juan Mir, Brad Binder and Alex Rins, Jack Miller, Fermin Aldeguer and Ayagura, Luca Marini, Miguel Oliveira and Raul Fernandez, Somkat Chantra, Maverick Vinales, Anaya Bashini and Lorenzo Salvadori at the back. And away we go on the warm-up lap. And JT, as we saw yesterday, it's a great circuit. And actually, that's a nice camera angle you got. Great circuit. It's going to be interesting racing ahead of us.
Yeah, hello everyone. On board with Alex Marquez. Where did Marc Marquez qualify? I missed that. Jamie.
Pole. Mark's on pole.
Awesome. Absolutely amazing. I missed qualifying. Why did I miss qualifying? Well, let me move in there. That. Yeah, that. 27 degrees track temperature, 80 degrees Fahrenheit track temperature as well. Completely missed the air temperature because I was busy showing my production.
Air temperature's at 20 degrees Celsius as well, just to give you a heads up there, so not too bad.
He has the timing screen, so I do not.
Have I not sent you? I've sent you the login details before. Oh, but you can't open it.
All of my monitors are taken up and my other screen on the laptop that I'm on has got the YouTube studio for the IMSA one.
Ah, I see your point. Let's have a look then for Warren. If they want to beat Mark, it's going to be on the start. That's a good point. Hello live to everyone on JB Motorsports 2 and JB Motorsports Twitch. The first race of the year. We're broadcasting on the second channel live, premiering on JB Motorsports. A reminder that tomorrow's Grand Prix for Moto3, Moto2 and MotoGP will be on the main YouTube channel, JB Motorsports. We're just making sure that nothing goes wrong for the season opener of Formula One.
Yeah. Do you want me to set a redirect up from MotoGP to him? No, we can't.
We can't, yeah. Not until the monetization comes through tomorrow.
Not until.
But we are now monetized. I want to say thank you ever so much to the 1,030 people who have subscribed to JB Motorsports 2.
1,000 subscriber award, I better get ready then.
For the second one. We've got a total of 9,000 across all our categories now. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Here we go then. Time to go racing for MotoGP, the second round of the 2025 campaign. Green flag at the back, all eyes to the lights. Revs are rising. Marc Marquez on the front row of the grid, once again on pole position. Lights on. And pull the throttle back as we go racing in Argentina, sprinting down to turn 1. Alex and Mark make a great getaway. Bagnaia's already up into third position. Pedro Acosta's going to go side by side as Quartararo slots into fourth place. Already the two VR46s going to make a bit of a battle together through turn 1. Downhill in towards turn number 2. This is the crunch point. Lap 1 of 12 here for this one. And so far so good. Zarco unfortunately has dropped back 3 places. He is now in 6th position. Quartararo's dropped a place at the start. Quartararo on 3. Morbidelli's dropped 1. Di Giannantonio's dropped 1 as they come through. And yeah, Ferminard again. Ayagura as well, not doing well. Into turn 3, JT. All is well and no one's down just yet.
And we're only in towards turn 3, and look at the gap out front between Marc Marquez and Alex Marquez. Marc Marquez is flying off the start. Francesco Bagnaia just behind as well. A couple of riders changing in the 18th, 19th and 20th position as we head to the area of the track where the long lap loop is if needed.
Yeah, the long lap loop. And Binder's down. Binder's crashed. Brad Binder's out of the race. There he is at the top of the screen going off. Binder's off in a biggie. He says rider's okay, but that yellow flag is out in the third sector. We'll wait to see if that's going to cause a red flag or not. As things stand, he has just crashed out of the race and he's up and walking away. He can't believe it. He's ripped his leathers as the racing will continue. Down in towards turn 13, that leads from 12 and into turn 14. The last corner, the left-hander, Flover's getting thrown up there as well. Lap 1 complete, then on to lap 2. Yellow flag still out, and here comes Acosta on the inside of Quartararo. Late on the brakes in towards turn number 1, makes that move stick. Quartararo can't get the comeback on the inside. He tried to have a look, wasn't going to work out, unfortunately. Brilliant getaway from everybody so far. Really nice start. Mark and Alex separated by 0.2 of a second. Now 0.3, JT.
Yeah, good move from Acosta. The top two breaking off a little bit. Alex has caught up to Mark, and that has allowed the gap between second and third to increase a little bit. Look at how much Bagnaia has got away from Acosta as well, but Acosta is on a mission. Is that possibly 3 wide, a little bit further behind? No, it isn't. Very close to 3 wide though, as we look at Quartararo under pressure from Zarco.
Yeah, Zarco was desperately trying to find a way through. It wasn't going to work out. Bezzecchi gets ahead of Morbidelli for 8th position as well as we come down into the braking zone for turn 6 with a long lap loop here. Zarco switches to the inside line and sneaks through on Fabio Quartararo. Brilliant stuff. Disaster though for Ayagura, who's down into 19th. Maverick Vinales is in 20th position as well from where he started. Binder's out of it. Not been the best getaway so far in this event, but superb start for the Marquez brothers. They are leading 1-2. Bagnaia's jumped up into 3rd position as well as the racing continues on. Sector 4 is good for Mark and Alex. They're improving. It's Alex with the fastest lap, a 1:37.806 as this race goes on. Lap 3 now of 12. 11 laps to go here in Argentina. 10 laps to go now, I apologise, in Argentina. Time between hadn't changed. Oliveira gets ahead of Marini. Zarco, Quartararo and Digi now the battle we're watching. And okay, this is just turning into the Marquez Championship. Look at this, they are together, JT, on the track.
Yeah, Alex Marquez not close enough to have a little bit of a battle, but Francesco Bagnaia in the perfect position if anything was to happen between these two. Alex Marquez has got the fastest lap of the race, but Marc Marquez did have the fastest lap of the race, but then Alex Marquez immediately replaced it. Both doing the fastest lap of the race for themselves the last time round, and everyone has changed other than Vinales and both of the Marquezes. Everyone's either gone up or down.
Aldeguer moves up into 15th place with Raul Fernandez dropping down a position. The stewards have decreed that Morbidelli and Binder are under investigation. I wonder if Morbidelli caused a contact there of some kind, but that's the latest news from race control about everything. Here's a replay of Binder. Let's have a look. Binder's on the inside line, and the switch back from Morbidelli. Oh, it's hard to tell from an angle. I think Morbidelli did get... Let's have a look on board. Yeah, Morbidelli clips Binder's arm.
Yeah.
That's Morbidelli with should be a long lap, shouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely a long lap penalty possibly there. Lap 3 of 12 now, lap 4 of 12. A third done with this race already, JB. It's a quick sprint round here in Argentina. 1:37.706 done by Marc Marquez. He takes the fastest lap back out front.
It doesn't go long, this one. It really is quick and fast as Marc Marquez and Alex still at the front. So, Kane and Abel lead at the front from Bagnaia, Acosta, Zarco, Quartararo, D'Antonio, Bezzecchi, Mia and Morbidelli have the top 10 as they come out of turn 3 down the back straight, which is 0.669 miles long into the heavy braking zone. Very similar to what we have here down in Thailand. And hug that inside line ever so gently, and now just pick it up and put the throttle down. Switches back into 5, but not too bad. Decent start so far, but yeah, Mark top, Alex second.
Yeah, Alex Marquez, 338 kilometers an hour down to 77 kilometers an hour in 7.2 seconds round to the last corner. As we look at his lean angle, 48 degrees round that corner as well. Alex Marquez continuing to chase down Marc Marquez. I can't tell if the gap is... It looks like the gap is staying the same.
It is, yeah.
On the straights, but in the corners, Alex Marquez just getting a little bit closer right now through the windy section of the lap.
You're right, through the back half, they are closed up. It was 0.3 on the straight, which was the same as what we've seen in the corners. Across the line it comes, 0.162. Alex is closing, but is he just playing the brothers game?
That's a slap though from Alex Marquez that lap, JB.
No, it wasn't.
So he's not faster than Marc Marquez overall, but that was definitely a faster lap from Alex Marquez that time round. No further action taken after reviewing the Morbidelli and Binder incident. Interesting take from the MotoGP stewards.
There is Brad Binder getting out of his leathers. Yellow flag, sector 1. 2 crashes. Aldeguer and Oliveira have gone down. Now, they were running together in 12th and 13th. They must have crashed. So, Fermin Aldeguer is out of the race. Ayagura.
7 as well.
And Aldeguer's rejoined. There with a lot of smoke. That bike's on fire. Oh, this will be a red flag. There's oil on the track. That's a bad restart because now it's put oil and dirt onto the circuit. We'll see if it red flags it. Zarco is gone wide, and that's allowed Bagnaia and Acosta to go through. So Zarco's made a mistake, and that's allowed everyone else to go through. So, okay, Zarco having an error. Acosta's dropped back there behind him, so Zarco gets ahead of Acosta now. No sign yet of a red flag. We have gone back to green conditions, but we'll soon tell if there is oil down there. They'll go down like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, look at that gap forming at the front. The gap between Marquez and Bagnaia, 1.5 seconds. The gap between Bagnaia and Zarco, 1.583 seconds. So Bagnaia has got a 1.5 second cushion either side, and that incident between Aldeguer and Oliveira is currently under investigation, that incident around the last lap. In sector 1, look at Alex Marquez. He went round the outside of Marc Marquez, went back to the apex to try and get the speed off at the exit of the corner, but Alex Marquez is definitely quicker than Marc through the corners, and he looks down the inside there.
He's going to have a go now, isn't he, towards the braking zone. Can Alex truly outclass Marc? I haven't seen these two together. Yeah, I agree from Simon Patterson here, who's put Aldeguer has just crashed in an incident with Oliveira and been allowed to remount a bike that's pouring out smoke. Awful marshalling, and I presume he said stewarding. We're waiting to see. And should be a black and orange flag. Yeah, I'm with you there, Simon. Horrible situation that we've got right now for that, because it's just going to pour. It's just going to risk everybody dumping oil out there onto the circuit, and it's a fast track here. You crash, you have a big injury. It's one of those where you're sort of dicing with hospital food and champagne at the end of the day. It's a very good analogy, that, actually. I'm going to stick with that as it comes through.
Here's a replay of, I'm guessing, the incident. Yeah.
Oh, and that was Aldeguer going on the inside and taking out Miguel Oliveira, and then the smoke coming through out of absolutely nowhere. Oh,
was that just the bike restarting?
It was the bike restarting, but I think there was some oil dropped out in it as well, so I'm surprised there's no slippery surface flag. But the riders...
6 tenths. The gap between Bagnaia and Zarco has stayed the same at 1.5, but 6 tenths gained. Alex Marquez on Bagnaia, 2.1 seconds.
So, just as it was in Thailand, it is Marc Marquez, Alex Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia. If it stays how it is all season long, Marc would win the title very simply. As everyone else fighting behind as...
Oh, look at that.
Bsky, yeah, is he through? Yeah, he's got on the inside line of Acosta.
It's like drifting a tiller across multiple lanes of a US interstate. Was that the rear wheel just completely sideways with the front wheel completely straight.
Lovely analogy.
That move.
That was a lovely analogy, my friend. That was perfect.
You know what I'm talking about, though, with the US fire tillers.
Not a clue, but I like the analogy.
I will DM you a picture.
Thank you very much. Zarco is catching Bagnaia, so is Cordoba. That is the case at the moment. They are holding it as that is D'Antonio with Bsky on the Aprilia. As well, teammates together. Salvadori is into the pits. Yes, Salvadori is into the pit lane and he's a lap down. I wonder if that's going to be a retirement from the race. 8 of 12. 5 to go here in MotoGP. And now they've swapped into the 5 laps to go signal at the top of the monitor. So Marc Marquez to 2/10 to Alex Marquez to 2.2 seconds to Bagnaia to 1.4 seconds to Zarco. That's your top 4 at the moment. Digi 5th. And Alex looking closer to Marc. But it's just, I don't know. Alex, has he been told you're not allowed to go after Marc? You should really be able to attack. Same effective bike. Bagnaia, however, trailing behind. Thank you. Trailing behind massively, though, is Bagnaia.
So while JB gets educated on what a fire tiller is, already 5 laps to go as my phone drops on my desk. Apologies for that.
Oh, I did know what you're on about, yeah. I did know. Yeah, I remember that now, yeah. The fire truck, yes, I did know. I'm glad my brain was imagining the right thing. Intervals are insane.
It is exactly what happened, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's exactly what happened. The rear was sliding out crazily down into turn 4 at the hairpin. I think we're in for a pretty stagnant end to this sprint, unfortunately. Can't see much changing.
Something tells me it's going to stay like this.
Yeah.
The top 5 at least.
Megan maybe did a good thing missing today's sprint race. She'll be back with us for the Australian Grand Prix.
And I will not be with you for the Grand Prix, whatever you say, for the MotoGP.
Nah, don't worry, Megan will be back with us for that one.
Because I'm at Stan Lake.
That is true. Lizzie's out at the moment as Oliveira and Aldeguer reviewed after the race. Well,
would that be a long lap penalty for tomorrow?
Should be, yeah. If the stewarding is correct on that one, because that was a forced take out of the race.
That's how they do the post-race penalties, isn't it?
Yeah.
From the sprint to the GP.
Yeah, just get a long lap.
What do they do from the GP to the next sprint? Just another long lap.
You either get a grid penalty or a long lap, yeah. It's a grid penalty or a long lap, yeah. On board with
3.22 seconds is the gap between Marquez and Bagnaia. If you like numbers that are the same, there you are.
Just looks like a load of snakes on our timing screen at the moment. Raul gets ahead of Enea Bastianini as they fly through. JT producing IMSA, as you can see on the screen. So the action continuing on. Marc Marquez to Alex Marquez, Pecco Bagnaia, Johan Zarco, Fabio Di Giannantonio in the top 5. Bezzecchi in 6th, Morbidelli 7th, Acosta is 8th, Mia 9th, Quartararo has your top 10 at the moment. Remember, the top 9 score points in the sprint. 3 to go here. And Juan Mia, the 36, behind Pedro Acosta, the 37, in the battle for 8th place into turn 1. And is Mia going to be able to scrabble something back in towards an overtaking opportunity? This is over points paying positions, remember. The last 2, actually, 8th and 9th here in the sprint. Something's flapping around on the back of Pedro Acosta's bike there. We just saw. I don't think it was I don't think it was part of the rubber. Let's have a look. Onto braking into turn. No, something was...
Sorry, someone just asked where Lexi was.
No, where's your producing?
Back with you. There we go.
I think there's a winglet damaged on Acosta's bike on the left-hand side. Yes, there is. Yes, a winglet's damaged on Acosta's bike. And it's flapping around ever so slightly at the back. That's going to be super annoying for traction because it's going to be, you're going to feel that on the wheel as well. You'll feel like a wobble behind. Marc Marquez is about to continue his clean sweep of 2025. As the front tyres, medium front, soft rear. 10 lap
Not surprising, is it, with that tyre choice? That is the fastest round here.
Yeah, it has not. They've all gone for it as well. The sprint's offering no differential to what we're seeing. The Grand Prix tomorrow, however, will be a bit more entertaining because we've got tyre temperature to maintain and you've got the threat of rain here, which we were hoping we'd have for the sprint.
Do we?
Yeah, rain tomorrow. This
Here's
is...
a replay.
This is Mia on the inside of Acosta for 8th, and Mia's through. On the inside line, he's got it.
Great move.
That was a bold one. That was down at turn 8. Love hearing the bikes sing when we had that opportunity. Down into turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, there's the previous lap comparison.
Yeah, Mark 1:37.8, and he's 2/10 slower than Mark. So yes, Mark's 2/10 slower than
Quarter of a
Alex.
second. Up the inside, that is Acosta. This is the battle for 8th once again. He threw it up the inside, went very, very wide, and that has allowed Mir to keep the position.
That was a desperate attempt from Pietro Acosta there.
Very, very desperate. He just went way too wide. He goes wide again, once again, to try and get the speed off the corner. He hasn't, and the gap increases once more.
Slowly catching with one more lap to go around here. It'll be another 2.9 miles for Marc Marquez in what is simply a dominating weekend. I can't believe that Marc is having this level of dominance already on the Ducati. And Alex is surprising me a hell of a lot. I've picked him up for years he's a 2-time world champion as well. But in the Premier class, he's never had a bike that's quick enough. Now he's got it, and he's going toe-to-toe with his brother. However, I still feel Alex is not pushing Marc. That's one thing. Alex, to me, feels like he's in his brother's shadow a little bit. If Alex wants to be a world champion himself in the top class, he's going to have to fight his brother. And he's not doing it. They're just leaving each other to it.
Look at how wobbly that rear wheel was from Marquez trying to get around the corner. Just got to stay on it to win it. Last lap.
There's their dad, Jules, watching on. There'll be another brother 1-2. Not much has changed then from Thailand to Argentina. Into the braking zone now. Through the middle twisty bits, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alex not pushing Marc is deliberate, yeah. They should be pushing each other though. These two are the top in the championship. Can't play like family here. Must push. 2 corners left. Simply lovely is what Max Verstappen calls dominance. Simply Marc, who wins in Argentina once again. The Tissot sprint belongs to Marc Marquez. He's 3 for 3 in 2025. Alex Marquez in 2nd and Pecco Bagnaia in 3rd. The same podium for the first 3 races of 2025. Johan Zarco in 4th, with Digi in 5th, Bezzecchi 6th, Morbidelli 7th, Mir 8th and Acosta in 9th, rounding out the points. Well, not really a disappointing one, but a bit of a surprise from us there. TNT go to a break because they're also live on Quest. Well, JT, what do you make of that one?
Well, if I knew they were live on Quest, I would have got the MotoGP race up on the big screen.
Well, I don't know if they are or not, because Susie said 7 and now it's 6:23. But yeah, 22-minute race.
Still, if I did put it on the big screen, I would have to look up there straight at the time, and the camera is here, so it makes sense if it's here.
Yeah, bit anticlimactic. Let's hope tomorrow's a bit more exciting. I agree with the comments in the YouTube chat. Well, yeah, not too bad. We'll let you go now, JT, because we'll hand over to the world feed after this. What's coming up in IMSA? You've got Xfinity later with Matthew.
Yeah, 7 hours, 47 minutes, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now left in the IMSA season, 12 hours. IMSA Radio taking you through that. And I am behind it. If you see stuff changing with all the telemetry and all of the timing screen pages, hi, that's me. NASCAR Xfinity on air in 2 hours and 1 minute 8:30 GMT, 9:30 in Europe, and 4:30 in Eastern Standard Pacific, 1:30. Love my new production times. Can you tell?
It is good. It is good. And JT will be on. Are you using our com box so that Jack can join? Or
I believe so, but I don't know if Jack will be back or not, and he might be sulking because his team lost 2-1 against my team.
Oh, I wish I could be there for that, but we'll be on coverage as well. Well, thanks, JT, for stepping into the breach. Let's head down.
Just in the background.
Thank you. Let's head down then to Gavin and to Neil for all the medal ceremony for the Tissot Sprint.
Welcome back to Argentina, where we've just enjoyed our sprint race. Marquez providing another masterclass as he takes victory ahead of his brother. Pecco Bagnaia rounding out the podium for the Factory Ducati team, just riding round into the fan area. I like this, getting amongst the South American fans who have turned up in their thousands here this weekend. Possibility this could be the last visit to Argentina, who knows? I'm sure they'll be trying to do a deal if they can. As Johan Zarco scores Honda's best sprint result since Mark himself back in Valencia when he was on the podium in that sprint at the end of 2023. It's the brothers in arms once more, 1 and 2, back on the podium. Alex pushed Mark today, but the elder brother prevailed once more.
Yeah, no mistakes, looked fully in control, didn't look ragged, like we were saying earlier. Like you were riding at about 90%, I'd say, Mark, but you just don't know, because that is the way the Ducati needs to be ridden. It's not quite like a Honda, it's not nervous under braking, it's not twitching. It's a bike that's much more stable, so you gain time on brakes without it looking impressive, but then it comes out, it gets out of the corners really well. That's what the Ducati does.
Fabio Gian Antonio will be very happy, I'm sure, with 5th place today. Every time he goes out on the bike, he says, he feels better with it. His shoulder, he says, shoulder's not an alibi. It's painful. I'm just going to have to deal with it. I've got to get results. But he says, I've got a taste for this bike now, and I want more.
Yeah, I mean, he ended up missing pretty much all the pre-season testing with that broken collarbone, didn't he? So he's been really unlucky.
And a bit like Bagnaia said with that bike, the entry phase to the apex of the corner, that's his strength, and he's not able to extract the most out of it. That's where his focus has to be. And when you've missed out on 4 days of testing, that's a huge amount. That's what that time would have been for.
Yeah, the problem is then when you get on a race weekend, you don't want to risk too much, because if you lose a whole session by let's say taking a bit of a gamble on a setting change, then it's almost like now your weekend's gone.
A reminder that no Jorge Martin here. He is back in Spain. He will miss the USA round next up in Austin. Probably miss Qatar as he said he'd like a test before he gets back on the bike, the world champion. Well, the rules say he can't have one. The next test is not till after the Jerez race. So I know that Aprilia have been making moves to maybe change those rules. I cannot see it happening, if you ask me. Because where do you draw the line then?
Yeah, that's
Fabio Gian Antonio want a test day.
Exactly. It seems a really strange request.
Well, again, it's just what the paddock is saying, isn't it? But I don't think it will happen.
No. Not a chance.
How is Pecco Bagnaia feeling at this moment, Neil?
Well, obviously, he don't feel great, but his best result before this race was a 5th round here. It's a track that doesn't go well for him. I think I'd say he'll feel much happier than he did in Thailand.
Yeah, and, you know, he knows this isn't his track. Austin's not his track. When we start getting on to Qatar and then on to Jerez, they're places where he'll expect to be taking it to Mark Marquez.
Absolutely.
But the problem is, Mark could be already quite far down the road, so you've got some catching up to do. And as we saw in 2019, it takes some catching.
Yeah. What Pecco will have learned over the last 2 seasons especially is you can't keep crashing, making mistakes, riding over the limit, trying to force it. So taking a 3rd place on a track that you don't like, I'm sure he won't be too disappointed. I genuinely mean that.
But Marquez, again, I feel like I put the mockers on it, but doesn't look like crashing himself, does he? As in, looks more comfortable than I've ever seen him. Bear in mind, he's a rider who finds the limit by crashing. That's been his modus operandi since day one.
The last time I saw him look so comfortable was the beginning of 2014, when he won 10 in a row.
Yeah.
Because he didn't crash much then.
No, that was the learning from 2013, wasn't it? Right, let's hear from Pecco Bagnaia, who took third in the sprint today.
Pecco, it was a difficult Friday for you, but you've really bounced back. A great ride to third and in front of this Argentinian crowd as well. How good does that feel?
I tried my best. I closed a bit more the gap, but was still not enough to fight against them. That in this moment they are faster, so we just have to and continue improving like this. In this moment, I just want to enjoy this crowd that is incredible. So let's see it tomorrow and try to enjoy more.
Great ride, well done.
He has to remain patient and pragmatic, doesn't he? And that's one thing Pecco Bagnaia does excel at.
Yeah, he's definitely that. When you think of those words, you think about someone like Francesco Bagnaia. Also, he'll be studying the data tonight and seeing what he can learn and hopefully just bring that gap down a bit tomorrow.
Alex getting some love from the Argentine crowd. Let's hear what he has to say to Jack Appleyard.
Alex, what form you're in at the moment? Another brilliant ride, pushing Mark all of the way. You must be loving riding at the moment.
Yeah, it was a super nice race. I mean, ride with Mark in front. I mean, all the race. We were like in the training camps. I mean, trying just to be there, to be as close as I can. And at the end, I think I give up a little bit because I were showing the limit, and I saw the gap with Pecco that was 2 point something, and I say, okay, I arrived until here. I cannot attack him because he was too fast until the end. So super happy, and tomorrow the main race, so we need to be really intelligent.
Brilliant ride, well done.
Thank you.
Staying in the conversation, you never know what's going to happen, as we saw in Thailand. But he has started this season so well. Just one rider better, and it's this man, one of the greatest riders we've seen, and he's on top in Argentina.
But Alex really kept you honest today. Just how important a victory is that, and how special is it to enjoy it in front of these thousands of fans?
Yeah, of course, it was a very difficult victory because Alex was pushing a lot. I was pushing, and the rhythm was amazing because we were most of the race on 37. But I pushed some lap a little bit more, but always the gap never increased. So I just keep pushing. The last laps, I think he started to slow down a bit because the gap between the third was a lot. But tomorrow will be tough to beat him because he's super constant.
Congratulations.
Gracias, muchas gracias.
Fans loving it. He is adored here, just as Valentino Rossi was before him. I think also the Spanish, he can connect really well with the Argentine public. But there's the line there that Alex said before, it was like a training camp between the pair of them. You know, they talk about that in football matches, don't they, where one team's dominated, they make it like a training match. At the moment, that's what it feels like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're not even having to get to 100%. Well, not Mark anyway.
It looks like that. I feel like, I think Alex might have been on his 100% in that race.
Pecco just has to keep his head, keep calm. He's picking up the points.
Yeah.
Mustn't forget that every single time. There's the president of the FAM, Mr. Jorge Viegas. Hands over the bronze medal to the two-time MotoGP world champion. Bagnaia completing the podium for Ducati again. Alex Marquez picks up another silver medal for his sprint second here today. Another Marquez maximum here in Argentina. As Marc Marquez back in Argentina, back in business, 6 years away, but Termas still belongs to Marquez. We've still got the Grand Prix, of course, to come here on Sunday. But for now, we enjoy the celebrations up.
Yep, it's champagne time here in Termas de Rio Hondo. What an amazing sprint race it's been. A reminder live on JB Motorsports, the main YouTube channel tomorrow for Moto3, Moto2 and MotoGP coverage. Join us there for all of the action. My thanks to all of you at home for watching. A special thank you as well to getting us to 1,000 subscribers on the second channel. I thank you very, very much. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.